My last question is about, we've touched on it today already, about the notion of freedom. And as I've been sort of reflecting on that for myself, and also when I hear other people talk about freedom, oftentimes they're talking about freedom from resistance, freedom from negative relationships, freedom from debt, freedom from bad government, freedom from hot weather. But really, it strikes me that if we're going to use that to its fullest advantage, we really want to focus on the freedom to. And I'm wondering if we're ready for a rampage of freedom to from Abraham.
Freedom, really good conversation again. And most people, but there's another word again, using freedom out of the vortex or in the vortex, isn't it? Freedom from always sort of knots you up. And the more specific you get in wanting to talk about what you're getting freedom from, the more bound you are. Isn't that interesting? Let's take it just for fun. Let's take it to freedom from an oppressive employer who yells at everybody in order to try to get what's wanted. And doesn't that sort of paint an image? Can you imagine somebody yelling at you, screaming at you to try to motivate you to do something differently? So a really specific thought that feels really awful while you're using the word freedom. So then let's get more general about it. Freedom in a general sense is, in a general negative sense, is freedom from things I don't want, freedom from things that bother me, freedom from negative thoughts. It's more general and not as binding. Now let's use freedom in a generally positive. Freedom to feel good, freedom to wake up feeling good, freedom to breathe deeply, freedom to feel good, freedom to have clear thoughts, freedom to sort of float free, freedom to think what I want to think, freedom in my own mind, freedom to be as I want, freedom to feel good, freedom to align with the energies that create world, freedom to know my real power, freedom to align with the fullness of who I am, freedom to witness and experience in great depths all of the things that I've incrementally put into the vortex, freedom to feel my way there, freedom to interpret what's there, freedom to begin to discover the fullness of what's in the vortex, freedom to align with the fullness of who I am, freedom to allow everyone to be as they choose to be, freedom to feel the rightness with whatever they are choosing, with no contradiction to my own alignment, freedom to unequivocally feel good, the freedom to choose the thought by thought that aligns me with the way Source feels about the subject, the freedom to find out what Source feels by feeling for it, knowing that Source will hold it until I find it, the freedom knowing that there's no rush to get there because Source will never deviate, there's no chance that I won't get there. So I am free to take my time to go as slow or as fast as I want, to explore as broadly or as narrowly as I want, to be all that I choose to be in any moment or not, to nap or to sleep, to cover up if I'm cold and to uncover if I'm too warm, to migrate, to choose, to keep myself happy, the freedom to utilize the energy that creates worlds for the purpose of my own pleasure and satisfaction, understanding that I can offer no harm or deprive no one of freedom in my quest for it. That in freedom which is wholly offered to everyone, which is a vibrational state of being, that there is no possible way that in exercising my freedom, I could deprive anyone else of theirs. It is the ultimate allowing of well-being and alignment with Source and fulfilling of my reason for being.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
For us as well.